You're listening to the Online Entrepreneur Experience with Jared Jenny and John Olson, aka Cheer.
Welcome to the next episode. Jared Jenny, aka SWR. I'm John Olson, aka Cheers. What's cracking today, my man?
Oh, not much, man. We got snow again, snow in the middle of April. And I woke up this morning, I was like, really?
Yeah, we received 3 luscious inches again. So I'm not happy about it. But I woke up on the lake.
Yeah.
Not on the lake, next to the lake in a cabin last
Can't
night.
beat that.
It was pretty dope. Yeah. Had a pretty rough night, but a good night.
Yeah, that's how they go.
Heck yeah. So today we're going to be talking about why it's easy to get up for things you like versus things you don't. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Heck yeah. So when you're going on vacation, say your flight leaves at 4 a.m., it's really easy to get up at 2:30 and actually go to that destination versus going to a day job.
Yeah.
Because you're excited about it.
Yeah.
You know, you can't wait to, it's almost like a small paradigm shift when you go on vacation. If you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. And it's because it's like you're escaping the life that you're in, like, at the time. And I think, unfortunately, too many people, that's how they have to live with vacations. It's not just something they want to do, it's an escape. It's a lot like people living for the weekend. People live for Friday. And I tell you right now, if you're living for Friday night and Sunday night sucks, you're doing something wrong. Something's not right.
Absolutely. And that's just it. That's, 99% of people. Well, it's getting less than 99%, I say, because entrepreneurship is becoming more and more with the online industry. For like people like me and you, we teach everybody how to actually make money without actually going to a physical destination or a day job, aka, I'm dumbfounded that it took me this long to actually figure my life out, because I am 37. You're what, 25?
27.
You're 27. All right, you look young.
No, I'm trying to think, because online business is a big part of what I do, but also, like, I was a mechanic. I love cars. I've always loved them. And I just had this conversation with a buddy of mine on my YouTube channel, and I quit my job. I still work on cars and I do my YouTube car stuff, whatever. I love working on cars. It's something I'm always going to do in some capacity. But he did the same thing I did. He quit his mechanic's job and he's on his own. And we were just talking about our fun cars, my Audi, my Mustang, his Prelude, his bikes. And he's like, just working on your own, it brings the passion back. Like, I come to work and I'm excited to work on the stuff, and I'm like, yeah, because you're the boss, you're the, you get to call all the shots. And then if you can mix online business into that, it's like, I got a check right here that I got last week and I completely forgot it was coming. And that's what passive income is all about.
Yeah, definitely. I got one too. I just put it away.
Yeah.
And it steamrolls, and then all of a sudden you're like our head mentor, friend Calvin Chafee. He just says, when going to the mailbox becomes exciting, that's when you're doing something good, because there's always checks in there, whatnot, some kind of currency coming in.
Yeah.
But that's where, as humans, we keep growing. We're consumers. We want more and more and more and more. But at a certain point, I was watching his name's Taylor. I can't remember his last name, but he said at a certain point you start making enough money where the money doesn't matter anymore. Then it becomes just about helping the other person.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
That's huge. Like, obviously money's amazing, makes the world go around. You can buy whatever you want, do whatever you want, but I'm kind of getting off track here.
No, it's all right.
But anyway.
No, it's a necessary evil. And I think a huge part And I mean, I love money. We had a podcast a few weeks ago about making money a game, and
Yeah.
you got to make it entertaining and fun. But I think that's where what you were just talking about, like it's easier to do things that you want to do than things that you necessarily have to do. And I think that a large part of that revolves around the necessity of the dollar. It's like if you're going on vacation, or like I used to have this exact same thought in high school when I'd wake up to go deer hunting. I'd wake up to go deer hunting at 3:50 in the morning to get my gun, get my clothes on, get out to my stand. And I was excited, and I remember thinking as like a 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid, whatever, like I can sleep 3 extra hours before I go to school and I can barely get out of bed, but I'm getting up 3 hours earlier to go deer hunting and I'm excited. Well, it's because when you're talking about a job or school, most of the time it's stressful, whether it's an exam or I have to meet this deadline so I get paid so I can pay my bills. And to break out of that cycle of making it not hard to get out of bed in the morning, you have to have abundance. That would be the key there. If you have the abundance and you're not stressed out about your financial situation, it's going to be a lot easier to get out of bed.
Yeah, big time. And it's because, well, it's the passion towards it. It's, I don't have to, but I'm excited to actually do something to better my life in this day.
Yeah.
Like myself, I write down all my gratitude. I'm so happy and grateful, fill it in. Remove negative thoughts. That's the biggest thing. Like myself, I dropped out of school in 11th grade.
Yeah.
I started my own company.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not educating myself in this school because I hated it. So I was just there filling in gaps of time. Well, with that being said, school's not for everybody, but I'm not telling you to drop out because it teaches you people skills and all that. It will not teach you money management though.
No.
You can you can take all the college courses you want. What that does is teaches you how to fall in line and work under an employer.
Yeah.
You're never going to be an entrepreneur without actually breaking out of your shell.
Yeah.
And being excited about what you do.
Yeah. And I mean, I went to tech school. I went to a university first. I hated it. I was a business major, like an accountant. And all I could think about was being locked in a cubicle doing spreadsheets for other people because that's what the classes were for. And I was like, well, I don't like this. And I remember thinking, like, I love cars. I'm always tinkering on cars, watching videos about cars. It got to the point where people would get sick of driving in the car with me because I'd see a cool car and I'd start just blabbing about what the car was. And so I knew that like going to tech school wasn't the complete answer, but it was a step in the right direction. And I knew like I need to get some experience at a dealership. I need to work under someone. But the dream of mine was always, let's make YouTube videos. Let's do fun car stuff. And while I have to, and while I want to, I'll do cars, as an income, repair cars. And a year ago? Yeah, almost a year ago, I quit my job. And I remember walking out of that office and I was like, and I feel like I'm getting off track, but I have a point here. So I think a large other part of this problem that you're talking about getting out of bed is how many times have you had a job where you feel underappreciated? I was sitting in the office with my boss and he said, well, you just got a raise 6 months ago. And I said, I did. And it was like a $3.50 raise. So I was like, I did. And I appreciated you giving me the raise. But I said, there's a huge problem here. And that problem is I've been working here for almost 8 years. And the last 6 months is the first time in 8 years where I felt like my wage was respectable. So I don't care if you like what you're doing. If you feel like you're not getting compensated for your time effectively, proportionately, you're not going to wake up and want to go to that place.
Absolutely. I did the same thing. I worked factories. I was quality control. I was operation manager. I was drill coordinator. All these jobs that I've had previous, I was way underpaid.
Yeah.
Like pretty much under the thumb. And I was like, it's almost overwhelming because it's like, I'm doing all this work and you guys aren't even appreciating any of it. And then you ask for a raise and they're like, well, no, this is what we're paying. And I'm just like, well, I have to go then, and I need to, branch out.
Yeah.
And I've actually had people laugh and go, well, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to be my own boss, baby.
Yeah.
And I can sleep until noon every day if I want to, which I don't, because I'm excited to get up and actually start working in my business.
Yeah.
That's, if you guys didn't hear what I said, working in your business.
Yeah.
Don't ever say you're working on your business, because that implies that there's an issue.
Yeah.
If you're working in your business, it's working. If you're working on your business, there's gaps that need to be, it's like concrete needs to be filled in.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things I always say is I'm working in my business, not on it.
Yeah.
But that's a little side note.
No, that it makes sense. And, it all revolves, if we spin off just a little bit, I showed this check, I got this check here, and I just sat down the other night and I was thinking, the way, obviously, like I said, money's a necessary evil and it's something that we all need. But the easiest way to get more is to not just have one source, to have two, to have three, to have four. And I was adding up all mine, and I want to just show you this for a second. I was like, oh my God, like I have a lot of my YouTube. I get money straight to my direct deposit every single month. I get checks like this from our online business that you got me into. So that's 2. I get payments from people when I fix their cars or do details. That's 3. My martial arts program pays me every single month, and I manage another one every single month. And so it's like there's 5 sources of income there. So there's always money coming in the door. And if you can do that, and you can, it's a balance, because if you get involved in too many things, then all of a sudden you're jack of all trades, master of none. But passive income, the word passive has to be in there. This is completely passive. I didn't even know what I did to get that. That's how I set up my online business. And I walked out to the mailbox. There it was, and I was like, awesome.
Yeah, you messaged me right after. How the heck did I get this?
Yeah, I did. Because I was like, I was trying to connect the dots, man. I was trying to remember like which part of the, I was like, wait a minute. And it's like, that's how you want to be. You want your passive income to be like, you're making your money work for you. You're not, and I'm not saying you're never going to work. You're going to work and you're going to put effort into these things, but you have to make the money work for you. You work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. And that's huge, because most people, they work for the money.
Yeah.
Well, once you flip that script and the money works for you, then it's just, it's like a domino effect, and it just keeps coming in and coming in and coming in. And that's the biggest thing with what we do for a living. People are always like, oh, I can't do that because I don't know how. The how is what's tripping you up.
Yeah.
The only thing you got to do is start.
Yeah.
Talk to us, talk to, Mark Kelland, everybody in our community. We just crush it. Like, and I'm going to say this again, because I've said it about 1 billion times, but Kellen Chafee, founder of the company, he said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So if you stick with something, it's just it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But,
and I got two things to add to that, and then I think we can wrap this one up. But one of them being, I've said it before, my YouTube channel pays me every single month. Is it where I want it to be? Absolutely not. But it took me 3 years to get monetized on the platform. And if I would have quit, it would have never happened. I would have never gotten there. I just had a belief in myself that, hey, you're going to make a go of this thing, but you just got to keep pushing, and eventually it happened. And then making your money work for you. And we can spin off this next week, but just an easy example. Cause I think for me personally, if I can do it with my hands or visualize it, it makes it easier. I flipped a few cars this summer. I bought a $500 car. I put about $200 into it. I sold it for, what did I get? $1,800. Bought another $400 car, flipped that one, and then you make your money build on itself.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And it's just, again, because I like cars, it's something I like to do. So I cleaned them up and I'm like, damn, like this $800, $500 car looks really good now, and someone can use it. I'm going to do it again. And it just keeps scaling.
Yep. Keeps compiling, and just freaking, that's how you get, And well, I don't want to get into it too much, but I was going to bring up your uncle, but that'll be another.
Oh, we can talk about him next week.
Yeah.
I could talk about him for hours, but I think this was a good one, man. You got it?
Oh yeah, always. This has been another episode of Jared Jenny, aka SWR. I'm John Olson, aka Cheers, baby. And we'll see you next week on the next episode.
All right, nice to see you, bud. Make sure you go down, comment below, subscribe to the channel if you've not already, and we'll see you guys next week.
Absolutely.
Thanks for tuning into the Online Entrepreneur Experience. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any episodes that we're releasing and any of these amazing pieces of value that we're giving out. And if you could take the time out of your day and leave us a review, we would be so grateful. We look forward to seeing you on that next episode.